Used to be known as the Mankato line. Reggie Lutz, Jake Jaremko, and Walker Dewar up front. All Mankato commits. Tonight, Jaremko and Lutz are listed on different lines. And, of course, Walker Dewar traded last week to the Bloomington Thunder in exchange for defenseman Ben Mirages, who will make his third appearance for the Steel here tonight. It's his first at home. We get a shot from up top that deflects up into the chest of Karki. He holds on for a face-off. This time, this whistle stopping play 46 seconds into the game. Jaremko will take the draw. He's got Trailmax to his left and McManus lined up behind him with Dashke and Walsh on the points. And off the draw, tipped away and out of the zone from Bodie Wild. This will go back down to Steel territory. Walsh cleared it around the wall. Kept in there by Samuelson. That is Adam Samuelson. Now a centering feed, nobody home, and Wild will hold this in up top. Worked it around the wall for Jake Goldowski. Sees pressure there by Dashke. Pulled away from traffic. Tyler Weiss with a chance that and bounced away. That was over from John Gruden. Bounced off the end wall, picked up by Reilly Walsh, and Chicago will get it out. Trailmax up ahead to McManus from the neutral zone. That's sticked aside by Karki. And Emberson with a pass ahead to Stastny, gains the line and flips one in deep. On the near side, Giles digs it free at the half wall, chipped it toward the cage, knocked down by the blocker's side of Rasmussen. And Bedini curls one around the wall that'll be held in up top by Emberson. Now on the other side, Stastny does the same for Team USA. And around behind the cage, Walsh will pressure and a pass up top to Stastny. Now return to the stick of Giles. Back near the left circle, Pavanka turns it down low. Walsh with a hit on Giles behind the cage, and Walsh will tip that free. Great defense there. Chicago gets it out. Johnstone cross ice for Lutz. Here's Walsh in over the line with a shot that's wide. Bounced off the end wall right toward the slot, but then cleared away by Team USA, and they'll skate out. Blake Jenkins to Jake Pavanka, and he'll flip it in deep and step off for a change. We've played 4 minutes here in the opening period. No score yet between Chicago and Team USA. As Walsh is run into at the end wall. Dashke helping him out and then feeds a pass over. Walsh ahead to the captain Johnstone, now left there for Jaremko, but he's picked off at center by John Gruden. Now Weiss stepping in on the right wing side. Weiss coming in front and couldn't get the shot away. That was tipped back up top. And then McManus sets it aside, batted down to the ice. Fell back behind him. Puck is trickling everywhere and is 3-0 against this season. Already played both games on the schedule against the under-18 squad. Steel split that series with the road team winning each of those games. Here's Reilly Walsh up to center. He's taken down, and puck will roll over to the wall. Weiss skating the other way. Weiss over the line, drops it back for McKinnon at the left point. His shot was tipped. It looked like wide, as chipping after was Goldowski. Walsh ahead to Walker. Back to neutral ice and continued in by Lewandowski, 2-on-1. Centered for Walsh with a chance, and that was blocked down in front of him by Maniscalco. USA works it back out to the center line and taken away by Johnny Walker. Walker to center ice, and he'll sling one in that's caught and dropped by Karki. Left behind the cage for Keandre Miller. Back to the offensive goal line. Shore will go up top for Dashke. Dashke for Walsh on the right side and plays it off the wall, around behind the cage. Shore finds, takes a look. Still with it. And he's pressured. Drops it back to the corner for Alexi Halme. Now Grattan receives a pass, goes up top for Walsh. Throws one toward the cage, and that'll be caught by Karki. And the whistle sounds. 10-12 remaining here in the first. Chicago coming right back in. Shore to Walker with a little space. His shot, though, was tipped by Stastny and forced wide. Back out to center. Swat there off the backhand from Walsh. Walker back from Walsh. He's hooked up, but gets a shot on and kicked away by the left leg pad of Karki. Now Walsh again run into, feeds a pass to Shore. He's taken down. Puck tipped away by Walsh. Ahead, Grattan with a chance, blocked right in front of him by Stastny. Mirages with an opportunity. That went off a leg and went wide to the near corner. Middendorf played it. Shore works this around the wall, but Emberson there first. However, this is held in up top by Mirages. Now centering feed, Austin Long with a chance, blocked by Stastny. Huge shot block, now Grattan shoots, he scores! Tyler Gratton from the slot gives Chicago a 2-0 lead with 5:27 remaining in the first. U.S. end tipped out ahead to Weiss as he'll skate on the left wing side. Tipped one past Walsh to the corner, and Mirages sends it the other way. Walker to center. Little collision there. King knocked down, and O'Neal skates in for Chicago. Threw it in front, kicked away, rebound, score! Off the leg pad, found by Johnny Walker, and he buries it home. 2:51 remaining in the first period. 5-0 Chicago. 5 goals, 16 shots. Johnny Walker getting right back on the score sheet in his first game here since January 27th when he suffered an injury in the third period of that game against Cedar Rapids. Face off at center. All Steel so far.
Field goal, his 16th of the season, scored by number 27, Johnny Walker. Assisted by number 13, Jason O'Neal, and number 11, Reilly Walsh. Time of the goal, 17:09.
So Walsh right back on the score sheet as well, as we had a whistle off a high stick in the Steel zone. And a whistle sounds here with 2:23 remaining here in the first period. And goals tonight from O'Neal, Gratton, Bedini, Jaremko, and Walker. Face off in the defensive zone. Jason O'Neal already up to a 2-point night, as is Austin Long. O'Neal with a goal and an assist, Long with 2 assists. Still a little over 2 minutes to go here in the first period. Walsh around behind the cage for Baker Shore. He is tied up and taken down by Will McKinnon. Now Pavanka, stick checked by Halme. Puck squirts free. Shore will feed that up top to Dashke. At the line, his shot was tipped wide. Recovered in the corner by Halme. Tried a backhander towards Shore, but that was tipped away. Halme put up against the wall by Maniscalco. 100 seconds to go here in the first period. Dug after both ways in the near corner. Still held up against the yellow of the boards. It's pulled away by Baker Shore. To the wall for Walsh. Walsh coming in down low around behind the cage. Takes a look at the far side. Tried to center for Johnstone. Tipped away by Jenkins. And Team USA will flip this out. 1:18 to go. As the clock stops on an icing call against Team USA. Zone. As it's picked back up by Samuelson of Team USA. But Traumax with a steal, threw it toward the slot. And before it could reach McManus, it's tipped ahead by Goldowski. Gruden with a pass over to Weiss. Now centered, quick shot, and Rasmussen able to deny Maniscalco. Then it's tipped back in front, and they shoot and score. Goldowski got a piece, and Team USA will end the shutout bid for Dayton Rasmussen. First goal for Team USA on their 10th shot of the game. Team USA. So Chicago going to work on the power play, the 6th best power play unit in the USHL. 16.5% on the season. Team USA stats are combined between the under-17 squad and the under-18 squad. It's a combined 15th penalty kill unit out of 17 teams in the USHL at 79.8%. This is worked down to the Steel end and picked up by Lillibridge. Geneva native with a pass to Lutz. Stolen away by Pavanka and cleared right back down to the Steel end. Lutz will cross over to Jack Bedini. Bedini coming in, he's taken down. And US will skate the other way. Pavanka clearing some time off the clock. And a pass ahead to Weiss. Weaves away into the offensive corner shorthanded. Is Weiss for the American squad, and now Lillibridge will skate out of the zone. Up to center. Graham Lillibridge in offensive territory. Lillibridge with 13 power play assists on the season. 13 of his 25 assists coming into this game on the man advantage. And now this will tip just wide on the far side. Lutz trying to get a stick on it, but first the puck is going to be cleared down the ice in that first period. But Team USA with a big second period effort here, 2 goals already. There's Chicago really struggling in the second period in the most recent game. That was Sunday evening in Omaha. Had a 1-0 lead going into the second and then gave up 4 goals in the second period en route to a 5-3 defeat to the Lancers. Karashik holds in, pass to the skates of Lutz, put it toward the slot. The Steel couldn't pick it up. And it's sent back out near center. Walsh to Karashik, to Lutz over the line. Back out. Chicago gets onside and Lutz flings one in deep. Off the wall, Steel changing things up. Wild poked it ahead. And now this is sent back out near center. Puck settled by Karashik. It's sent off the wall. Back onto the U.S. stick of Samuelson. Shots are 18-14 Chicago. And so that would be 6-2 Team USA in this period. As a shot from Brindamore went off the side of the cage. And the Steel will work this out. Pass to center. Long to short. Over the line. Sets up Grattan with a chance. Glove save made by Karki. Whistle sounds 9 seconds shy of the midway point of regulation. It's a 5-2 lead for. And here's Bedini coming in on the right wing side. Johnstone to his left. Little move there by Bedini, but tipped away at the line. Back down in the corner. Bedini still racing after, but it's set ahead by Bodie Wild as the U.S. gets it out. That is now Hernandez with a chance, knocked down by Rasmussen. Rebound is loose. U.S. squad jamming away, but it's covered up, and the whistle stops play. 7 minutes, 7 seconds remaining, second period. 7:07 to go, second period. Chicago with a 5-2 lead. Thanks for tuning in. First of 2 home games this weekend for Chicago. Here's DeBoer with a chance to tip down. Rasmussen reaching out to deny. It was a secondary chance there from DeBoer. Back out to center we go. This is the last time in the regular season when Chicago does not hit the road at least once on the weekend. You heard Peter Menino talk in the pregame show a little bit about the travel. Upcoming 3-3, the trip to Kearney, Nebraska, which will be the first in 2 years for Chicago, coming up at the end of the month. You know, the players and staff a little excited for a weekend in their own beds here. Trying to take advantage of home ice, and certainly did so the first period, though. U.S. starting to climb back in this game in the second period. 5-2 the score, just about 6 minutes to go here in period number 2. Picked up in front of the Steel bench by Johnny Walker. And he'll feed a pass back to Derek Dashke, skating in his 165th USHL game tonight. His third USHL team, the veteran defenseman out of Michigan, committed to Western Michigan. And here's a Michigan State commit through center in Mitch Lewandowski. The vice president of corporate partnerships for the Steel, Kyle Krieger, came up with that stat today. And McManus now down low. The OC native, Newport Beach, California. There's Olivia Wild start in the OC as well. Here's Jake Jaremko up top for Karashik with a shot. A pad save made by the netminder Karki. That was kicked away by the right leg. Trailmax retrieves to Karashik, skates the line. His shot bounces wide. 31 seconds to go in the period. And flip back out to center. Giles with a backhanded swat ahead. 23 seconds on the clock. Puck is near the U.S. bench, right in front of tonight's backup netminder for Team USA, Michael Corson, who was an emergency backup for the Steel earlier this season out of Darien, Illinois. McManus lost an edge, and this will be picked up by DeBoer. Just 5 seconds on the clock. DeBoer made a move inside, and then a great back check there by Reilly Walsh, tips it away, and the horn sounds as this period comes to a close. Bridge quickly the other way to Trailmax. Went off the back of his stick blade, and he'll crash into Wild around behind the U.S. net. USA getting it out. Samuelson to his right. Jenkins puts on the brakes inside the line and went back up top, but a misplay there. Wild couldn't hold the line, and Team USA will get back on side before throwing it back into the corner. Dashke bouncing one off the wall. Tipped out, back in, picked up by Walsh. Tried to turn it behind his back at center, but tipped the other way by Gruden. Now off the wall, here's McManus. One off the end wall. Jaremko in. Trailmax was reaching for the puck, but this will slide out. Weiss from center, in over the line. Weiss to his left, poked off the stick by Walsh. Now Walsh will set up a pass to Trailmax, drop back for McManus as he gains the center line. You can tell he was thinking about a change. Flips one in deep and will step off. U.S. gathering possession behind the cage. There's Will McKinnon. The pass ahead to Jonathan Gruden. Interception by Lewandowski coming in. Dropped it back for O'Neill and crossed over, but a pass to Walker was picked off. And the U.S. will get the other way. Weiss with a dump and change off the corner boards. Dashke got spun off the puck, managed to keep his balance, and the steal will get it out. Lewandowski tipping one ahead, 48 remaining. Long centers for Grattan. His shot was tipped. It was Middendorf who had a stick check there. Grattan didn't get all of that he wanted. Now Walsh throws one. That's tipped by Grattan and Long. Tipped up. They score! Down low, Tyler Grattan, his second of the night. And Chicago's back up by 3. Big night here for Tyler Grattan, the future Nittany Lion, with his second of the night. A lot of pressure there. Puck was bouncing all over the place, and it ended up flying in up top. Long was crashed into the side. There was a shot that bounced up, and Grattan at the doorstep sends it home. 6-3 Chicago with 13:34 remaining. Johnstone in deep. Here are the 6 coins here on Super Mario Night. Here's Lutz with a chance, and it was tipped by Johnstone just wide.
Tyler Grattan, assisted by number 4, Austin Long, and number 11, Reilly Walsh.
U.S. back in, tipped over for King, but Walsh gets a piece, and that is sent wide. So Long and Walsh with the assists on Grattan's goal. His second of the night, 8th of the season. Chicago doubled up on Team USA as this was stopped by Karki. He took a look and then covers up to draw a whistle to out to neutralize here Tyler Grattan. The center for Baker Shore coming in. As targeting him there was Middendorf, who knocked down to the ice. Now Walsh with a centering pass that tipped away from Long, went off the official skate blade. Middendorf falls down, and the puck will go back to the offensive corner. Shore on the retrieval, trying to keep away from Samuelson. Shore then knocked down to the ice, and Samuelson with a pass ahead. Here comes Team USA. Middendorf crossing over to his left. He'll tip it down toward the corner. Walsh played it, but picked off there by Brindamore. Found by Johnstone, centered for Walsh, and continued to the winger Grattan. Back for Walsh, in deep over toward Johnstone. He catches. Couldn't get the shot away, didn't have a space. Bedini now for Dashke. The far side Lutz, and worked around the wall. Johnstone will get it. A lot of passing here from the steal, able to keep possession. Walsh, one-timer, save made by Karki. This blast there by Walsh, set up by Johnstone. But Karki with the save as we get immediate timeout. 9:20 remaining, 6-3 Chicago. We'll be right back. First playoff berth in 9 years. There's also the race for the Anderson Cup. It's the top team of the regular season. Here's a shot off the draw from the far side. That was poked away in front. That was initially off the stick of Tyler Weiss. Baker Shore for Chicago. Backhanded dish to Adam Karashik and then gets it back. Trying to get away from Goldowski. Shore retreats behind Rasmussen's cage. Chicago will now get it out. A cross-ice pass from Walsh to Grattan. We got 2 goals on the night. Center for Austin Long, and that's tipped just wide on the near side. 7 minutes remaining. Walsh drops it off up top for Grattan. Worked it to the wall before he was dumped to the ice by Gruden. And this will roll back to Karashik at the defensive line as Chicago keeps possession. And Reilly Walsh tipping one ahead. And play to get it out of the zone as we get a whistle here and a hooking call. I mentioned Chicago with 31 victories on the season, looking for win number 32 tonight. The all-time record for this team back in the 2003-2004 season, 34 wins on the year. As here's a one-timer from Reilly Walsh, pet save made, rebound for Bedini, but it goes wide. McManus back up top to Reilly Walsh, 18 seconds to go in the power play. McManus then put one toward the slot that was tipped off the stick of Stasny, held in by Lillibridge. Lutz continues it behind the cage for Bedini. Dipped over for McManus, penalty set to expire in about 5 seconds. Lillibridge down to the goal line. Lutz put one toward the cage, tipped by Bedini. Tried to go 5-hole, but covered up the zone. Drops it off at the center line for Halme. Halme into the corner, but positioned away from the puck by Stasny. And Walsh will backhand that around behind the U.S. cage. 2.5 minutes to play. 6-3 Chicago. McManus tried to center for Jaremko. That was blocked and tipped off the side of the cage. Puck is plinkoing all over the place right now. Trailmax there. Jaremko run into. Puck loose in the right wing circle. Middendorf has it. Not a lot of space to work with, but he'll drop it back behind the cage. And Team USA will get this out. This is sent down the ice. It was not tipped, and it'll come back on an icing call against Team USA with 2:06 remaining. Final score in from Muskegon, and yet again, the Lumberjacks get the extra point. Last night in overtime, tonight in a shootout. The shootout winner from Andrei Svechnikov. Of course, as we mentioned, Svechnikov, believed by many to be the #1 overall pick in the 2018 NHL draft. He and the Lumberjacks will be here tomorrow to take on the Steel. Baker Shore tips one into offensive territory. Under 2 minutes remaining. On the wall, U.S. squad will skate out. Gruden up ahead. 6 goals for Chicago from 5 different goal scorers. Shore centering for Long, put it toward the cage, and that was tipped away by Karki. He got it with the top of the stick plate. Over on the near side, Walsh holds in, sneaking in down low, try to feed Grattan, but that was poked away. Off the glass and out. Middendorf has it for Team USA, but picked off at center by Trailmax. Trailmax to the near side. Janicki will drop this back. 70 seconds to go. Trailmax poked it ahead. U.S. sending it right back down the ice. No icing on the play. Rasmussen out of the cage. Lays it around the far wall. Touched up by Kachina, and he'll backhand that down the ice. This will roll wide of the cage, and this time it'll be an icing call against the Steel with 52.5 seconds remaining. Host your next event for family, friends, or coworkers in the Chicago Steel Suite. Starting at just $26 per person. Steel Suites accommodate 15 to 20 guests. Feature great views of the action. For more information, call 855-51-STEEL. Visit ChicagoSteelHockeyTeam.com. Mitch Lewandowski to take the draw to the left of Rasmussen, and off the draw, it's Kachina skating out.